outstanding, particularly against the Boston Red Sox, as the Mariners come into this final 3 games of this pre-All-Star game stretch at 5-5.
Well, it was a great series for the Mariners on the offensive side. You look at the team, average 314, runners in scoring position 278. That's a huge upgrade for them. But the most important thing is scoring runs. 7.5 runs per game. What a difference it made for these guys. So hopefully they can keep that going. The pitching is lining up nice for them going into the All-Star break. If they can get them some run support, I think things will work out fine.
Brett Miller, the youngster just called up not too long ago, he's proven to be a terrific catalyst.
Well, when he has a lot of energy, I like the way he goes about his business. He's aggressive at the plate. You throw him a fastball on the plate, he is going to get his hacks in. And then he also brings some speed to the lineup. And I think that right now we have to be pleasantly surprised with the defense that he has played. But more importantly, leading off for this club. They needed somebody to lead off through some of the injuries and struggles of their other guys, and he jumped right in there and seems to be handling it just fine.
10 games ago, when we began this final 13 games, we looked at the schedule and we saw a lot of tough opponents. And 5-5, for my money, it's a lot better than I anticipated coming into this final 3 games.
Well, then they still have a chance to have a winning record over those 13 games with some really tough opponents. You can see who they have played so far, going into Arlington, going into Cincinnati. Look at those records. And then, of course, Boston with the best record of 57 wins. It's been a difficult stretch, and now you get the Angels in here. You think, well, they're in 3rd place just ahead of the Mariners, but they have been hot, Dave. They've really been swinging the bats well.
What do you attribute that? Because the Angels have won 11-6 since we last saw them. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to toss to a commercial, come right back. Dave Valley and Brad Adams standing by with tonight's pitchers. We'll have that coming up next. The first pitch approaches here at Safeco Field.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Ford. We are local. By Safeco Insurance. Do more. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. For more info, visit emeraldqueen.com. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. In addition to Game 1 between the Mariners and Angels, we'll bring you updates throughout the night on some of the other action around the Bigs as we get ready for the All-Star break to kick in come Monday. Right now, let's send it back out to center field. We rejoin Brad and Val as they talk Joe and Jerome, guys.
Tom, we'll do that on Green Tie Friday. Welcome back out here to the pen. You've got Saunders, a lefty, Williams, a righty. Let's start, I guess, with the home team, shall we? Joe Saunders? Yeah, let's do that with the Mariners.
Yeah, Joe Saunders has been outstanding over his last 8 starts. He's 4-3 with a 2.70 ERA. You look at the numbers, 7 and 8 for the season, 4.5, not so good, but he's been throwing the ball very well. Coming off a great start against the Cincinnati Reds where he went 7 innings, gave up 6 hits, and only 1 run. And you know, Brad, he always pitches well here at Safeco Field. So he's got that going for him tonight.
On the other side, you got Mr. Williams coming in here. Nice record against the Mariners. And a nice glove, too. Nice pink glove.
Well, this is a guy that has really been relied upon by the Angels this year. With Weaver going on to DL and missing quite a bit of time, Hanson and Blanton both being gone and not pitching very well. It's been C.J. Wilson and Jerome Williams who've been taking the ball every 5 days. So he's really been an important piece to this ball club as they've made a run the last few weeks.
Yeah, 5 wins, and now Jason Vargas on the DL as well. But good news for the former Mariner. He's back in Anaheim, cleared to start throwing. Not on the trip, but able to start the comeback. So that is good news for him. Mariners, Angels. Yeah, there's some Mariners fans. Game 1 of 3-game set lineups coming up. First pitch as well. Keep it here on Root Sports.
Welcome, everybody, to Safeco Field on a cloudy Friday night as we begin the final 3 games before the All-Star break at the corner of Edgar and Dave. Come on inside. It's the Angels in town, and they've been playing some really good baseball. And the Mariners have been swinging the bats, so we should be in for a good weekend of baseball. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew on hand here. Let's take a look at the Angels batting order that will face their former teammate Joe Saunders.
And for manager Mike Scioscia and the Angels, Eric Aybar will lead off. Then it's Mike Trout. Want to try to keep him off the bases, having another big year, hitting .320. Then it's Pujols, Kendrick, Hamilton. Look at Hamilton, .229, but he's been hot lately. Over his last 14 games, .346 with 4 home runs. Following Hamilton will be Trumbo, leading the team in home runs with 20. Cayespo, Iannetta, and Cowgill rounding out the 9 for the Angels.
Well, here we go. Joe Saunders. First pitch is in there for called strike 1. Eric Aybar. Tim McClellan, veteran umpire, has home plate tonight. Marvin Hudson at first. Hal Gibson, a youngster, at second, and Marty Foster at third. 65 degrees, cloudy skies.
Joe Saunders off a pretty good run here on the last couple of outings. Take a look at what he has done. 13 2/3, giving up just 2 earned runs in his last 2 outings against Texas and Cincinnati. Some quality ball clubs.
Bouncing ball goes to Brad Miller. 1 out.
Good routine play for Miller. Take a look at the rest of the T-Mobile defense for the Mariners. Ibanez in left. Dustin Ackley getting the start in center field. Saunders out in right. And on the infield, Kyle Seager at third. Brendan Ryan getting the start at shortstop. Miller at second base. Hopefully Franklin will be back sometime soon. Justin Smoke, the first baseman, and Mike Zunino will do the catching. For Saunders on the year, 7-8 record, 4.5 ERA for him. 122 hits and 107 2/3 innings pitched for Saunders. I think the big key for him is to be aggressive early. We've seen that with the first 2 hitters. First pitch fastballs for strikes. He did face the Angels earlier this year. It was down in Anaheim. He went 8 innings, giving up just 1 earned run.
That was a good game.
It was a great game. Big key to that is, again, working ahead of these guys. Then he can expand the zone with a good sinking fastball and his changeup.
Here's Mike Trout. He's in the top 10 in 15 offensive categories as we come into tonight's game. And we've seen a lot of top 5 guys the last 5 days now. Pedroia and Ortiz having left here. And now Mike Trout. This Trout number 3 in the league at .320 coming into tonight's action.
Dave, you and I were talking at the last homestand of what this last stretch of games were going to be like, and the quality of the players and the teams that they were up against. Mariners through that. It was 13 games we counted up there, 5-5 over 10 of those games. The last 3 coming here against Anaheim before they go into the break. So win this series, and I think things will have gone well for them, even though they ended up losing 3 out of 4 against Boston. Boston with the best record in baseball. So it's a big series for the guys. I think they'd like to go in there with that little bit of a run on them. 7-6 would be pretty good.
3-2 with Pujols on deck. Foul off. Talking to Eric Wedge, he's still shaking his head. They should have won 3 out of 4, not lose 3 out of 4.
Well, if we just showed they scored 30 runs against the Red Sox in 4 games, you would think he would come on the better side of that. Didn't happen.
Trout's aboard. That could be trouble. 21 stolen bases, 3rd in the league.
Felix tomorrow night. Iwakuma will go on Sunday, and then we're into the All-Star break.
There's Albert Pujols. His 15 home runs, tied with Trout, 2nd on the team. Trumbo leads with 20.
It's been tough watching him try to run. He is the DH tonight. He's in a lot of pain, and he has been basically for this first half, hitting .252 with 15 home runs and 56 RBIs.
Got plantar fasciitis, I believe, in the left foot. Right knee is a problem. Bouncing ball goes to Ryan. Miller's there to get the lead runner. Throw to get Albert safe.
That was a slow developing double play ball. Normally you would just eat it. Miller, knowing that Pujols isn't running well, was able to try to finish the double play, but it looked like Albert just beat it. But look how far Brendan Ryan has to go. Speedy runner at first in Trout, so he wants to get the lead runner, which he does. As you look at our McDonald's Supermoon, how quickly Brendan Ryan gets rid of the ball. It's a good feed to Brad Miller. Brad making sure he gets the out there, almost playing first base with that stretch.
Boy, it's tough to watch Albert run.
I know.
Man, oh man.
Take a look at him and watching him trying to run.
That's an effort.
It was really noticeable when he was trying to get loose before the game, watching him jog around.
There's Howie Kendrick. Looper, long run, Saunders. Condor coming in, makes the catch. That'll do it for the Angels. So we're underway here at Safeco Field. Safeco Joe on the mound through the first inning. Mariners coming to bat. Throwing out the first pitch tonight, Patrick Crum, president of the University of Washington Alumni Association and the president of Root Sports. Nice pitch, good form. There you go.
Almost looked like he had a circle change grip on
Yeah,
that.
he did.
Yeah.
It was well done. Brad Miller to lead it off against Jerome Williams. Thing we know about Jerome Williams is going to work quickly, and you pointed out, we were talking earlier, he'll throw a lot of ground balls, and he has pitched well here at Safeco Field, a 2-0 record of 3.98 ERA.
If he keeps the ball down in the zone like that last pitch with the movement on it, he throws a heavy sinker, you're going to see a lot of ground balls. As Miller grounds out on that sinker at 92 miles an hour. Mariners starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. Leading off, it'll be Brad Miller. Then it's Michael Saunders. You can see what he did in the Boston series, hitting .375. That's the reason why he has moved up, hitting second now. Then it's Ibanez, Morales, and Seager. Seager on a good run. 11-game hitting streak for him. Justin Smoke will hit 6, and it's Zunino, Ackley, and Brendan Ryan rounding out the 9 for the Mariners.
Michael Saunders in the 2-hole tonight.
Mentioned Williams, and pitched here in Seattle earlier this year. Was in May, went 8 innings, did not give up an earned run, walked a couple of batters, had 6 strikeouts. He's not an overpowering pitcher. He will work off the edges of the plate and again try to sink the ball if he can. A 5-4 record with a 4.16 ERA. Giving up 88 hits and 88 2/3, 56 strikeouts to 28 walks for Williams.
Wears the pink glove in honor of his mom, who passed away a few years ago from breast cancer. Young man born and raised in Honolulu, Hawaii. They had a breeze last time here. 12-0 victory by the Angels. Raul Ibanez on deck. Back up the middle, a solid base hit for Michael Saunders.
And the T-Mobile defense for the Angels tonight. Have some speed in the outfield. Hamilton in left. Mike Trout, he'll run everything down in center field. Cowgill, the right fielder. And on the infield, Alberto Calespo at third. The Angels have struggled on the defensive side. Laskin fielding. Ibar and Kendrick up the middle. Mark Trumbo, the first baseman, and Chris Iannetta will do the catching.
Saunders got a nice little streak going. He's 5 consecutive games with a base hit. Brings up Raul Ibanez. It's been a while since Saunders has run trying to steal a base. He's been sitting on 10 stolen bases for a long time.
Well, he'd been hurt a couple of times, Dave, and then he also, as we've noticed, had struggled to get to first base with his batting slump that he had, but he's worked his way out of it, so hopefully he'll start to run again. Led the club with stolen bases last year with 21.
On his 3 for 8 against Williams with a couple of RBI. Two 2-0. Iannetta going out for quick work.
I think Iannetta thinks that Williams may be paying too much attention to Saunders. Trying to go with a little bit of a slide step to home, quicken up the pace. And then I'm sure I'm reminding him that Ibanez has been a hot hitter for the Mariners here in the first half, and pay attention to the hitter as he falls behind 2-0.
Mike Scioscia, longest tenured manager in the big leagues. Mike Butcher's pitching coach to his right. Jim Eppert, the batting coach. Here's a 2-0 pitch here to Raul. There's a strike. Two-one pitch. Saunders back safely.
You know, 10 stolen bases. Been caught twice.
Three balls, 1 strike to Raul. Off his successful culinary success. A big treat yesterday. Roasting pig outside. Went well. A lot of satisfied customers, I'm told. 3-1. Well struck, deep right center field, out of the reach of Cowgill. Saunders can really motor. He's coming to third, getting a wave on. Howie Kendrick double clutch. Now going to third is Raul. He is out. But Saunders scores, and the Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Eric Wedge gone out quickly to speak with Marty Foster.
When we get a chance to see the replay, it looked like Raul beat the play, but when he slid, it looked like his foot came up in the air. And maybe that was the difference, because I thought he was going to beat this, and it looked like he was in there on time. But I think his foot was in the air. Maybe he didn't touch the base right away. It was a straight in slide for Raul, which is what you want to do. And you see the relay by Kendrick. And then the catcher, Iannetta. You see how high his foot is in the air. And then he bends his leg. Oh, it looked like he was still in there.
There's Morales, former Angel. There's another look.
His heel hit the ground, bounced his foot up in the air, but I thought he still was able to get it down in time. Marty Foster, the third base umpire, calling him out.
Or one to Morales.
Take one more look at it, and here you can see the relay. If he's able to keep his foot down again, his heel hitting the ground popped his foot up, but it looked like he was able to get his foot back on the base. So for Raul, that'll be a double and an RBI.
Raul now with 52 runs batted in, one behind Morales, team leader. 1-2 to Kendricks. Bouncing the ball down to Howie Kendrick. And that'll do it for the Mariners. Raul checks in with an RBI. The Mariners have an early lead. Root Sports is being brought to you by Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. By Mazda, we believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. And by Jack in the Box. Go to a Jack in the Box near you with Jack's new Big Stack Burger at the Ferris wheel along Elliott Bay. That's a great viewpoint. It's climate control, very comfortable. Those cars. There's Josh Hamilton. Ryan Headed played beautifully. Hamilton been a very hot hitter since we last saw these Angels.
Brendan Ryan usually in the right spot, paying attention to the scouting reports, playing Hamilton up the middle, and he hit it right to him. Bring up Mark Trumbo, 247, leading the club with 20 home runs.
He's fallen off since we last saw the Angels at an Anaheim in mid-June. Started that series at 266. He's had 5 home runs and 9 RBIs since then.
The scouting report is that teams are consistently pitching him away, and he'll chase some pitches off the plate away. As you see Zunino set up on the outside corner. That'd be a little bit tougher for Saunders being left-handed. I think he'll lean out over the plate a little bit more.
Trumbo to be followed by third baseman Alberto Cayespo. Good to see the sun trying to break through here at Safeco Field. Cloudy most of the day. In there for strike 3-1. Good
changeup from Joe. expecting the power of Trumbo. 3-0 changeup.
Top 10 guy in home runs in the American League. Breaking ball in there for strike. There's Kai Espo. He's on deck.
As you watch this series with the Angels, I'll talk about Pujols, Hamilton, Trout, Trumbo, as you should. But it seems to me, Dave, it's always Ibar and Kai Espo that are in the middle of everything.
Absolutely. No, I absolutely can vouch for that. Bunt, hit and run, first to third. Great defensive play. Yeah. Absolutely. Here's a gapper by Trumbo. The kid can run for a big man. And he's got an easy double. It's his 19th of the year.
One of the harder hit line drives we've seen this year. Gets a fastball at 92 right down the middle of the plate. We'll see guys split the gaps as quickly as the line drive that Trumbo just hit, but it was out to the wall in a hurry.
Here's third baseman Alberto Kai Espo. Done well against Mariner pitching, 11 for 22. Mariners on the season are 4-6 against the Angels, 3-1 here and 1-5 in Anaheim. Good numbers by Joe Saunders his last two outings. Gets really good hitting teams. His Angels come in third today. Third best team, hitting team in the American League. Saunders coming in. Miller going out. And that's a fair ball. So they get it in. You talk about finding no triangle.
Well, it'll be back-to-back doubles for the Angels. Trumbo was waiting to see if somebody was going to catch it, but just fair right there in the corner. Saunders was playing out towards right center field. Long run for him, not able to get to it.
So 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position for Chris Iannetta, the catcher. One to Chris.
Yeah, we were talking about the Angels and how hot they have been lately, and when you're hot, typically you get hits like that. Kai Espo 11 for 22 coming into the game. 43 pitches now for Joe. A lot of pitches working here in the second. But those are the kind of hits that you get.
Angels third in hitting behind Detroit and Boston. Detroit put a big number up on Texas earlier today. 7-2 final. It was in Detroit.
Look at their overall offensive numbers. They're good. As you mentioned, third in hitting, 6th in runs scored, 8th in home runs, 7th in walks.
About 4th in slugging and 3rd in on base.
Yeah, just good numbers, solid numbers across the board.
Mike Scioscia, his 14th year. It is mind-blowing, though, that they are dead last in defense.
I would agree.
Generally don't see that from these guys. And the other thing, 12th in stolen bases.
Well, we noticed that when we were down in Anaheim, and there were a number of times that Borges and Trout were getting on base, and they weren't even running.
1-2.
And I could understand that early on, waiting to see if Pujols and Hamilton, Trumbo, those guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark, play for some big innings and not give away any outs. But when they were struggling, they still weren't trying to run.
Swing and a miss.
Big strikeout.
Sure was. Iannetta gone. 2 down, 2 on. First strikeout for Joe.
This is like change up from Saunders. 83 miles an hour. His fastball has been anywhere from 89 to 92, so a good change up from Joe.
Bring up Colin Cowgill. Started the season with the Mets. Hit a $180 for them. They cut him loose, and here he is. Made his debut with this club on July 2nd. He'd been down at AAA Salt Lake. Picked him up from the Mets on June 25th for exchange for outfielder Kyle Johnson. 1-1 the count.
A lot of pitches for Joe. 35 pitches in the inning.
And misses. Trumbo and Cayasco, the base runners. Here's a foul ball down the line out of play. So 2-2 with 2 outs, 2 on. Reload. Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Raul Ibanez first inning RBI double. Two and 2. Off the fist, back up this way.
That was a good pitch, though. I was wondering if he was going to go inside, make him aware of it. This inning, he stayed away for the most part from everybody. Good fastball at 93 miles an hour, just in off the plate.
Saunders and Zunino trying to get together. Joe wants to talk to the rookie.
I thought after that good fastball in on the hands of Cowgill, he'll go back to his best pitch, which is his changeup. Trying to open up the outside part of the plate by throwing the fastball in on his hands. We'll see.
Two struck him out. Nice job by Joe Saunders to get out of 2 out, second and third jam here in the second inning. Coming up for the Mariners, Kyle Seager, the leading hitter for the ball club. Justin Smoke and Mike Zunino. Game 2 of this series, and that's a good matchup. Head-to-head records. Jared Weaver against Felix Hernandez. Two aces of these staffs. Coverage starts at 6:30. Boy, Felix giving up a lot of home runs. Texas and the Angels, a couple of teams that he has trouble with on a pretty consistent basis. Here's Kyle Seager, who's top 10 in 3 offensive categories in the American League. Leading hitter for the Mariners. Drive deep to right. Got plenty of carry. Goodbye. 15th homer for Kyle Seager. Mariners have a 2-0 lead. 44th RBI. How about this guy? Leads the club in batting average, games played, at-bats, runs, hits, total bases, doubles, and moving up the chart in home runs.
And here you go. Looks like a changeup, 86 miles an hour. Simple swing, hands directed to the ball. Not a lot of movement there. And Kyle, big reason why he's had the hitting streaks that he's had this year. Good effort. Full extension trying to catch that one. But Kyle now a 12-game hitting streak.
20th consecutive game for the Mariners with a home run. Updated to the millisecond here.
Let's take another look at Kyle Seager as he drives this ball into the seats.
A 2-0 lead for the Mariners. Raul, a first inning double. Drives in a run, and now Seager with the home run. Team record 20 consecutive games with a home run. At least one home run. 2-2 to Smoke. Iannetta holds on. Smoke's a strikeout victim. First of the night for Jerome Williams. 1 out. A key point that you make a lot of times when we see Seager hit the ball. Simple swing.
Not a lot of movement to it. His timing mechanism, he starts with his leg, his front leg, a little toe tap, but his hands, his head, and his eyes, they're all direct to the ball. He has 3 double-digit hitting streaks this year. We're not even into the break yet.
There's catcher Mike Zunino. Z-Man's 3 for 12 on the homestand. There your RBI guys, Seager and Raul Ibanez. Kyle with a home run yesterday. 1-1 pitch in the second inning. A mile-high pop going back to shortstop Ibar. Giving away to the left fielder, Josh Hamilton. Two outs here in the Mariners' second and bring up Dustin Ackley. That man's a font of great baseball information, and you can understand why the youngsters just sort of like sit around and soak up the vibe.
Probably nobody more than Kyle Seager. Remember all the way back into spring training, the two of them going out for early hitting before anybody was doing anything. Those two were in the cages together walking out there. Kyle latched on the role right away, and why not? 18-year big league career, get as much information as you can. I think the other thing that's impressive with Kyle is he had a good year last year, his first full season, and he's ahead of the pace in a lot of numbers that you were talking about, Dave, than what he did even last year. And that's what you want to see guys improve.
2-1 to Ackley with 2 outs. Run in on the home run by Seager. And you want to see the continued growth.
Well, it's happening with Kyle.
Hamilton is waiting for it, had him play just right. That'll do it. Inning highlighted by Kyle Seager. 0-1 pitch leading off the second inning against Jerome Williams. And he takes him out of the ballpark for his 15th home run, his 44th RBI, and expands the Mariner lead to 2-0. These 3 games will take us into the All-Star break. And right now, let's check the Mariners' calendar, being brought to you by Sleep Country USA. All-Star break, beautiful thing, Mike. Kick your feet up, take the shoes off, put your feet up for a while. After you come back and play 18.
I can tell you, well, that's what I'm going to do. But I can tell you, a lot of the guys are just going to try to rest and rehab the body, let the mind get away from baseball for a few days before they start the second half.
All right, back in the day, what were some interesting things you did? Sleep, sleep, and sleep?
Pretty much. Lay on the couch.
Remember?
Not do a lot of anything.
Off-speed pitch. I remember after my first year, I called Dave Niehaus. Offer, what do you got for me? I called him in like December. He says, David, I'm not doing anything, and I'm real good at it. Crack me up with that. Do miss it, boy. He's a funny guy. Oh my goodness. Rick Aybar leading off. What a great looking night this has turned out to be. It's cloudy most of the day. Couple of glitches. Sunshine and boy, humidity not a factor. Flags pretty much hanging down. Let's see. He did go and check with Marvin Hudson. Aybar's done here. 3 straight strikeouts for Joe Saunders.
It's like a breaking ball down and in, just throws it at his back foot. Gets Aybar to commit. David also used to say that after the break the season went fairly fast.
No, he said real fast.
Real fast. Yeah. I think we both would agree with that too.
No doubt about it. Strike one to Mike Trout. Walked his first time. Joe tried a kick save and missed it. Thank goodness. Base hit for Trout.
You'll have to pay attention to him over at first. As we mentioned, the Angels, not a lot of running for them this year. They're 12th in stolen bases.
Trout's 4th. He's got 21 of their 45 stolen bases. More often than not, the first 3-4 years we started doing this, they were always, 2, 3, 4, something like that?
It seemed that they were guys that would steal some bases with Ibar. Ibar would typically run against the Mariners.
And Figgy was there. Figgins was there back in those days.
Torrey Hunter.
Runner goes. Got a great jump throw by Zunino. Got him! Good looking throw by Mike Zunino to get Trout. Just the 4th time Trout's been caught all season. Nicely done on the throw down to Brad Miller. As we take a look at our money tree in-time play.
Really good throw. He didn't try to rush it at all. Gets his feet turned around first and then fires a seed down to second. Trout thought he had his hand in there. It was a close play. Good tag by Miller.
1-2 to Albert Pujols. Break the ball upstairs. Let's see.
Take a look. See if his hand gets to the base before the tag. Ooh, that is close. Ooh. That is close. Brad Miller did a good job getting his glove down quickly.
Line drive. Ackley chasing it, slicing away from him. He ran it down. Nicely done. Dustin Ackley takes possible extra bases away from Albert Pujols to end the 3rd inning. Defense, a prime reason why the Mariners get out of the 3rd inning unscathed. Miller with a quick tag. They might have gotten a break, and Ackley runs down this drive off the bat of Albert Pujols. 2-0 Mariners. Racer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Game 1 of this weekend series with the Angels. Mariners up 2-0 on the Angels and Jerome Williams. Here's Brendan Ryan to lead it off. It'll be Ryan, Brad Miller, and Michael Saunders, 9-1-2.
Mariners trying to build a fence up on the scoreboard. A run in the first and a run in the second. See if they can keep that going.
Ryan in and out of the lineup. Defense still outstanding. Bat inconsistent. 7 for his last 54 of his last 17 games. And Miller up here and along with Franklin. Franklin out. Eric Wedge hoping to have him back possibly by Sunday, but with the All-Star break looming, there's no rush, but he is available. That knee's not at 100% though. 3-1. Backhanded by Cayespo. Long throw, 1 out. One down here in the third. A lot of fans here tonight. Friday night in the ballpark. Couldn't ask for better weather right now.
We got Brad Miller. Brad rounded out to first. His first at bat.
Check one to Brad. Oakland at home trailing 2-0 to the Red Sox in the second inning. Texas has already lost. It was 7-2 at Detroit. Inside to Miller. Bouncing ball taken care of by Howie Kendrick. Goes to Turnbow. 2 down. Dustin Ackley digs into the dirt at home plate, and now he can dig into the dirt in your very own backyard. Join us tomorrow, 7:10 start. Dustin Ackley Gnome Night. Mariners take on the Angels. And this collectible lawn ornament is free for the first 20,000 fans thanks to Root Sports. Take Dustin from our yard to yours. Get your tickets at mariners.com. Clouds moving away. And we get a chance to enjoy some sunlight before it sets here tonight. Michael Saunders looks at strike one. Base hit to center, scored on the Ibanez RBI double in the first inning. He's an 0-2 hole.
A couple of good fastballs. You see the first one on the outside corner. That last one he started in off the plate. And it run back on the inside corner, going back in there again. Time a cut fastball.
Ball 2 strikes. Two.
It's good to see Michael swinging the bat better here over the last week. He probably, it's because of his size and his speed, best athlete on the club, and can do a lot of things for you, but they need to get him going. I'd like to see him have some confidence going into the break, feeling a little bit better about things.
Eric Wedge, Robbie Thompson, Carl Willis.
I would bet they're really looking forward to the break. A few days away from this.
Slicing drive left field, backing up Hamilton, but he's there. 1-2-3 inning in the third, 2-0 Mariners. How many Mariner players have hit a home run in the All-Star game? 2, 3, 4, or 5?
Well, I know that Junior did. Edgar Martinez hit a home run off of Greg Maddux in Cleveland. I remember that one. Ichiro, I believe, had an inside the park home run in San Francisco. So that's 3.
Alvin hit one back in the day. Alvin Davis.
I think Alvin. See, there was Jay.
We got 3.
I'm going to go with 4. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but I'm going to go with 4.
It's like when you're in, what is it? When you're in between, go with the longer iron.
There you go. You're learning, man. Make your mistake long,
That's
right?
exactly right. So you went with 4? All right, I'll go with, just for the heck of it, let me go with 5. I don't know, but I'll take a shot at it.
I wonder if Alex ever had. He had some good
He
years
had
here.
to have hit one, right?
I would think so.
Howie Kendrick leads off here in the 4th. Kendrick, Hamilton, and Trumbo. High fly ball deep right center field. Ackley giving chase. Saunders calling him off. Saunders makes the play. All-Star game coming up.
You going to watch the home run hitting contest?
I don't think so.
I think it's 5 o'clock. Yeah, West on Monday.
That's on Monday?
Yeah. Futures game is on
I'm
Sunday.
going back to the
Taijuan
coast.
Walker will probably pitch in that game.
I want to see that. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Let's see Taijuan Walker in the Futures game. Here's Josh Hamilton hitting. Coming into tonight's game, hitting at 229. He's come a long way since we last saw him. Started the last series at 213. He said he's a lot more comfortable and he's not sweating the bad at bats anymore. He's trying to have fun. Remember, he was on the front foot of everything. He threw a
And he was swinging at everything.
Breaking balls, and the staff did a great job just working them away.
Throw it in the other batter's box, see if he'll hack at it.
He's since picked it up.
And speaking of the home run hitting contest, he put on a show a few years ago. It was in Yankee Stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah. Since the start of that last series, he's hit 5 home runs and driven in 17 runs. And that's a good pitch by Saunders to strike him out. It's 4 strikeouts for Joe.
Once he was ahead of him, I'm not sure he was going to throw him another strike. Good play by Zunino to keep that breaking ball that was in the dirt in front of him. And a good pitch from Joe Saunders.
The All-Star game coming up, Citi Field, New York, home of the Mets. Next Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time on Fox, the 84th All-Star game. National League's won the last 3 games and leads 48, 43, 38, and 2. I'd say still my favorite moment, 71, when it was home run derby and Reggie Jackson at the light tower in Texas.
Wow.
Bench, Aaron, a whole bunch of guys went deep in that game.
I remember the one that was right here in Seattle. Dave Parker show.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
What a throw to Gary Carter. The Cobra, Dave Parker. Trumbo had doubled the deep right center field first time up. Pounds this one down to Ryan. Throws him out. 1, 2, 3 inning for the Angels, and Cal Ripken Jr. named the MVP of the 72nd All-Star game. Played right here at Safeco Field, and there was a home run that hit that marker. How about that? That was a great couple of days for Seattle. transmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Gorgeous, gorgeous view from the Ferris wheel. Raul Ibanez leads off, got an RBI double, got the Mariners on the board in the first inning. '52nd RBI for Raul, one behind Kendrys Morales. It's also his 8th double. Mariner fans on Twitter are discussing Kyle Seager and Raul Ibanez, each with an RBI thus far. 2-1 to Raul. High drive right field. Did he do it again? Yes, sir. That's way out of here.
That's up in the restaurant.
How about some dessert up there in the Hit It Here Cafe? Little baseball a la mode. Raul Ibanez one more time. His 23rd home run. 53rd RBI ties him with Morales. Got it on a 3-1 pitch.
Well, that's the point. It's a cripple count, and he gets a fastball that runs right back in the middle of the plate, and he has not missed many of those here in the first half. His 23rd home run, and I'm telling you, maybe one of the longest home runs we've seen in this ballpark this year as he hits it up into the restaurant. Morales comes up and gets a base hit right away. First pitch swinging for Morales. What a sound.
Great sound, and boy, he got everything. Legs, hips. Man, look at that. Boy, oh boy, talk about incoming.
It's been a lot of fun to watch, hasn't he?
Hey, we knew it was great to have him back. But who knew in game number 93 he'd be hitting his 23rd home run and driving at his 53rd run batted in. And he's right on the heels of Mr. Bonds and Mr. Williams. It's been a steady rise up that list. Frank won at Kyle Seager homered on an 0-1 pitch leading off the second.
438 feet on that home run by Raul.
One of the longest home runs we've seen here this year. 438 feet. Wow. You might. The sizzle that goes through your body after you crush one like that must be unbelievable. And as consistent as he's been, I mean, he must wake up with the biggest smile on his face every morning.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm going to work.
He's looking at his watch every day. Is it time to go to the ballpark yet?
Wow.
That's a good point. Curtis is telling me that if Raul is called safe at third, he would have a real shot at the cycle tonight.
That's right.
Two toughest ones out of the way. We've talked about it before about Raul and how every club that he's played with, everybody, they just rave about
Shane
him.
Victorino went nuts.
Yeah, the type of guy that he is and everything that he brings to the table. But I think back when he was 19 years old, when I was with the organization, and I can tell you, the thing that I appreciate about him is he's earned everything that he's gotten out of this game because it hasn't always been easy for him. He had to fight for a number of years just to get an opportunity to play. And in fact, it was when he was traded away and went to Kansas City is when he had his first shot. So a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication into what he has done.
Well, this third time around with the Mariners, man, it's been outstanding. Seager looks at the pitch outside, full count. Smokes on deck. He struck out his first time. Morales runs, and this one sent down the left field line. Hamilton into the corner, runs out of line.
Some of you may be wondering why Morales is running, not the most fleet of foot. Really comes down to this count. Williams, again, is a good sinker, hit the ball on the ground. They're just trying to stay out of the double play, and it goes to show you what Eric Wedge thinks about Kyle Seager. He feels it's either going to be a walk or Kyle will protect the runner by putting the ball in play. Trumbo playing behind Morales at first.
Outside for ball 4. Let's check in with Tom Glasgow. Tom, what do you have?
All right, Dave, from the Ford Sports Desk, let's check in on the Jays and Orioles in Baltimore. Chris Davis doing it again. This guy is having a phenomenal season. Take a look. Number 35 gone right there. Baltimore winning the game 8-5. Only Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, and Reggie Jackson have hit more home runs before the All-Star break than Mr. Davis. Quite a story as we send it back upstairs.
Most certainly is, Tom. Thank you so much. 35 home runs.
I'll tell you what, we both have been to Camden Yards. I think that he can keep it up playing in that ballpark.
And it's only going to get hotter there in Baltimore as we move along. Chris Davis, Eddie Cabrera, Dunn, Encarnacion, Mr. Banez on that list.
Well, even though the Mariners are up 3-0, this is their first chance to try to drive in a run with a runner in scoring position. Ibanez had hit a double, but he was thrown out at third on the play.
Smoke gets into one, center field deep. Trout going back. He's on the track. Makes the catch, tagging Morales. He'll get the third. 1 out.
It's a productive out for Justin, driving the ball and letting Morales tag up and get the third with just 1 out now.
Mark Wilson from Kalispell, Montana wanted a shout out. Not only we give you a shout out, Mark, we get you on camera too. Good to have you here.
All the way from Montana. Good to see you at the ballpark. I don't know if they're going to be here for the weekend.
I would hope.
Good weekend. Long drive. May as well stay for the weekend, huh, Dave? Weather's supposed to be great. Enjoy the ball game before the break.
Last I heard, 80s over the next couple of days. That would be a good thing. Check one to Mike Zunino. Saturday expected to be 75, 79 on Sunday.
That's the situation for Mike Zunino. Again, a young hitter. Sometimes we have to remember he was just coming out of college last year. But he needs to find a pitch up in the zone if he can get it there, because Williams wants to get a double play ball to get out of the inning. There you
Base
go.
hit and an RBI for Mike Zunino. 4-0 Mariners. Down the second goes Seager. Mike Z picking up his 6th RBI.
I think Williams does him a favor. He throws him a slider. It's a little flat pitch in the middle of the plate, and Mike takes advantage of it with a solid base hit in the left field and picking up an RBI. Just keep building up that confidence.
Certainly not worried about his catching, because that is an absolute gimme.
He's already thrown Trout out of the game trying to steal.
Exactly, flying out to left. Good work by Iannetta. Garrett Richards heating up.
Hard throwing right-hander for the Angels. The Mariners have seen him a few times this year. He'll be in the mid-90s with his fastball.
2-1 count for Dustin Ackley.
Look at the defense of the Angels, and Hamilton playing over towards the line in left field. That's where Ackley hit the ball last time. As a hitter, that'll let you know sometimes on what they're trying to do, and you'll see a lot of pitches away. They're trying to pitch to their defense.
The middle, it's a top spin, gets through. Coming around to score, Seager. So the Mariners add another run. RBI, Dustin Ackley. That's his 11th RBI. 5-0 Mariners.
It's just a ground ball, bounces over the mound, as Dave mentioned. A lot of top spin on it. Takes off on the infielders. Kendrick not able to keep it on the infield. He gets a piece of it. Great shot of our McDonald Supermo going off the glove of Howie Kendrick, the second baseman. That'll be a base hit for Ackley and an RBI.
Zunino to third. 3-run inning for the Mariners. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Brendan Ryan.
Slow walk by Chris Iannetta going out to the mound. I'm sure it's just to give Richards an opportunity to get loose in the bullpen.
That's it. Mike Scioscia's seen enough. So it's coming to get a starter. Mariners rough up Jerome Williams. 5 runs, 7 hits with a couple of men on base. Still his responsibility. They've chased him here to the showers in the 4th. Is there AT&T trivia question? How many Mariner players have hit a home run in the All-Star game? Mike went with 4. I went with 5. Fans went with 2. Survey says it is 4. Mr. Griffey, Mr. Martinez, Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Suzuki. So you nailed it, Mike. We got the 4. Griffey, Martinez, Rodriguez, and Ichiro. Ichiro, I remember that. 07, our first year here. That was an inside the park, right?
Inside the park home run. The one that I've always remembered is the one by Edgar Martinez, a right-handed hitter, and the home run that he hit off of Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux had that super sinker.
Yeah.
And he threw one that looked like it was going to be in off the plate, and Edgar hit it right down the line. And I was watching the ball. It never moved. No hook to it at all. I just thought it was just a perfect swing from a right-handed hitter to keep that ball fair and hit that long home run in Cleveland. Garrett Richards will take over. 31 appearances on the year for Richards. Again, he's a hard-throwing right-hander. He'll rush his fastball up there in that 95, 96 mile-an-hour range. And Brendan Ryan, we're going to have to crank it up a little bit. Different look than Jerome Williams for him.
What's the guy, Garrett Richards, last time in Anaheim? Was the last time in the first trip where he had a game, late in the game, got a fastballs were working. They threw 2 breaking balls.
I believe that was the last time we were down there.
The Mariners beat him. I believe it was in extra innings.
I know that was Morales that had the base hit to beat him.
He does throw hard.
In fact, it was Kyle Seager that had the first hit on the breaking ball, and then it was Morales.
Gets by. Quick bounce back to Iannetta. But Zunino scores standing up, no problem. 6-0 Mariners. Wild pitch. And moving down to second is Dustin Acklin.
Well, he said he throws hard. This is the first pitch fastball that he throws over in the other batter's box. 95 miles an hour. Iannetta without a chance to glove it. As you see, Zunino ends up scoring a run after he had a base hit and an RBI, but that's a fastball at 95 miles an hour.
One to Ryan. 2-0. Probably needed to walk that first pitch off. He was a little angry.
Well, he almost threw another one to the backstop. That was a good play by Iannetta.
First strike, 2-1. Ryan's got a 2-1 pitch coming from Richards. Foul out play. 2-2. A different kind of year for Ryan. His glove could not carry him into playing every day. Club made a move, brought up Brad Miller, brought up Dick Franklin before that. Franklin ailing with a knee injury, suffered last weekend in Cincinnati. Not at 100% right now, but Ryan get a chance to play. As he checks his way. He did go, says Tim McClellan. Wow, I didn't. Ryan can't believe it. McClellan was quick, banging him out there. So 2 outs.
I can tell you, as a hitter, this is frustrating. I think sometimes you wish that the umpires behind the plate would have to ask for help all the time. McClellan saying that Brendan went far enough that time. Bring up Brad Miller. Brad has grounded out a couple of times, once to first, once to second base.
Swing and a miss. Ackley out at second base. Garrett Richards on a relief of Jerome Williams. Richards, born in Riverside, California, lives in Edmond, Oklahoma. 25 years old, 6'3", 215. Raul, 438 feet. Third longest home run hit here at Safeco Field this season. Cespedes and Peguero both hit home runs that traveled 440 feet. Who banged him out too. I didn't see
the delay.
The delay. Raul Ibanez, part of the big highlight here in the fourth, his 23rd home run in the Mariners. They've scored 4 times in the fourth and have a 6-0 lead.
Owls here at the ballpark. The M's off to the early 6-0 lead against the Angels. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. 1 week from tonight, the Mariners will begin post-All-Star break action in Houston against the Astros, who are on the road tonight in Tampa, taking on a hot Rays club. Houston had a 2-0 lead, then 2-1 in the ninth. Evan Longoria wants to be the hero, but not tonight. The Stros get it done. 2-1. Let's send it back to Dave and Mike.
All right, thank you, Tom. 0-1 to Kai Aspa. Alberto leading off, followed by Chris Iannetta and Colin Cowgill. 6-0 Mariner lead as we play here in the top of the fifth. Pretty good cushion for Joe Saunders. Two-one pitch. Popped up, playable. Ryan's got it. One out. Joe Saunders really picked it up here.
He's heading in the right direction. Look at his last 8 games, a 2.70 ERA for him. Struggled to get his feet on the ground at the start of this year, but he has really pitched well here going into the break.
Iannetta struck out at a 2-2 pitch first time up. Joe struck out 5, walked 1. Good looking shot at the sun. Here's Ackley, got a good jump. Real nice jump. Well done. 2 outs.
Made a couple of good plays. Good jump on that, and then showing some range going out to right center field. Had a number of people asked me about Dustin and playing the outfield, and I think we have to give him a little bit of time. He didn't have a lot of time down in AAA to play the outfield, and now he's up here playing center field. Well, one thing that we know is that he's fast enough to cover a lot of ground, but it's encouraging when you see you get a good jump like you just mentioned, Dave, and just give him some time to figure things out there.
See, he looks more comfortable, you know, out by out, play by play out there. A little shaky on the ball, what, in Cincinnati, and the gap deep left center field.
It wasn't a real good route, but those are things that will come with the more time and the more he gets to practice and seeing balls in batting practice come off the bat, as opposed to somebody just hitting a fungo bat out there. It's different.
That's just the week he going. I've seen, and we both have seen the improvement since that time. Cowgill struck out first time, 1-2 now. Saunders got out of a big jam in the second inning, 1 out. And Angels had runners at second and third. He struck out Iannetta and Cowgill to end the threat. Hasn't been tested since then. Through the hole, base hit. Back to the top of the order, and Eric Aybar. Looking to take a trip this summer? We'll consider a trip around the Safeco Field bases. That's right. This Sunday marks the first run around the bases of the season when all youngsters 14 and under will be invited down on the field following the game against the Angels at 1:10. To pick up your one-way ticket around Safeco Field, log on to Mariners.com. That's a trip around the Safeco Field bases. Dino Eagle fields that, third base coach. Strike one, Eric Aybar. Aybar ground out to second and strikeout.
See Joe settle down. Some run support usually will do that. 78 pitches. Throw a lot of pitches in the second inning, but he's settled down since then. Really pitching a good ball game.
Nothing like that good old run support.
Frees you up a little bit, doesn't it?
Oh.
You don't feel that every pitch is a mistake that may cost you the ball game. It certainly helps.
And Joe getting deep could save the bullpen, which could use the blow tonight. 3-1. Ryan can't get it. Base hit.
They picked up a couple of reinforcements in the bullpen. If you didn't hear about it, Bobby Laframboise is back and Hector Noese back. Both of them out in the bullpen.
Fresh arms.
Ramirez sent out.
Like Bevan.
Like Bevan sent out. So
there's Bobby on the left.
A couple of fresh arms to try to get these guys to the break after a long, hard series against the Red Sox. There you go. Option to Everett Ramirez. He's going to stay on his turn on the rotation so that after the break he's going to be on the right turn, available to go. Blake Bevan's going to actually go down and start again, so I'm sure he's happy about starting. Not real thrilled, I'm sure, about going to the minor leagues, but at least he'll get in the rotation.
Hector back. This is what, Hector's third time back this year? At least a second, might be a third. Back-to-back hits in the inning brings up Mike Trout. 2 outs, 2 on. Trout walked in the first. Base hit the center in the second inning, was caught stealing. Mike Zunino threw him out.
I'm looking at the Angels right now. You want Joe. He's trying to get through this 5th inning. Talked about the run support. You don't want to lose concentration because the Angels have been swinging the bats well. There you go.
Seager to Miller, and that'll do it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Home 5th coming up for the Mariners. 6-0 lead. Root Sports is brought to you by Linwood Honda. Experience the difference. And by Pizza Hut. Make it great. From the Ferris wheel. Beautiful shot on a gorgeous summer day here in Seattle. Alki over in the left. Boy, if you just somebody give me a full screen picture of that, send it up to the booth. That's beautiful. Michael Saunders to lead up, batting in a 2-hole today. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Saunders, Ibanez, and Morales.
A couple of good at bats for Michael. Had a base hit, flew out to left field, but he hit it on a line. Hamilton, the left fielder, had to go to the warning track to catch it.
Good swing there.
Yeah, bad swing and a good fastball at 96 miles an hour. Every now and then as a hitter, he misses with the first pitch. You know you're going to get a fastball, and you start to cheat a little bit, try to catch it out in front. Pitcher doesn't cooperate, throw you a strike, and you end up looking like you're swinging underwater.
Garrett Richards, he's on a relief of Jerome Williams, knocked out of the box after 3 1/3. Ooh, boy, they got off the foot.
Yep. Let's take a look at the swing. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball right off the big toe.
So after seeing that, Mike, where's the next pitch coming?
Probably a good chance there'll be a fastball on the inside part of the plate. See if Michael is hesitant to swing at it. It's a great shot of our McDonald Superbowl right off the top of the toe.
2-2. Marinetta set up in there. Ball up high. Running away, strikes him out. Garrett Richards struck out the first 3 men that he's faced. One out here in the Mariners' 5th brings up Raul Ibanez, and don't forget tomorrow night King Felix takes the mound here at Safeco Field. First pitch at 7:10 here in the Mariners Ace from the King's Court for only $35. Get your gold T-shirt and a K card. Make the King's Court part of your weekend plans. When you get your tickets right now, Mariners.com/Felix. Take a look at the season numbers. CenturyLink linked to what's next. Jared Weaver 3-4. Felix at 9-4.
Ibanez with a home run. He hit it up into the Hit It Here Cafe in right center field. One of the longer home runs we've seen this year.
Here's that dessert you ordered.
Knocked the jalapeno out of the nachos up there. The thing that was great about it too is you see the ball. We couldn't see if anybody caught it. All of a sudden you see 4 guys stand up there all laid out on the floor trying to get to it.
2-1. Mike Karp went up there. There's Rick Riz. So interestingly said, hit it into somebody's suit. Goes the other way this time. Down the line. Foul ball.
Let's take a look at the home run. He gets a 3-1 fastball and it runs out over in the middle of the plate.
Well, mechanically, it was everything you want to like. Right?
You get a veteran hitter that is just locked in like Raul has been over the last few months, and you're not going to get that baseball back. You throw in that area, especially in a hitter's count. We saw the Boston Red Sox take advantage of the Mariners a number of times on pitches that were in those cripple counts, 2-0, 3-1, 3-2. Trying to challenge him with fastballs typically isn't going to work, and Raul definitely made Jerome Williams pay with that one.
3-2 count here. Fought it off.
And you can see right there, Richards wasn't going to get into him with a fastball. Throws him a 3-2 breaking ball. That's a lot of respect for what Raul has done. Kid throws 95 miles an hour. Morales waiting on deck. He had a base hit right after Raul's home run.
3-2 to Ibanez. Been a very remarkable run. 41-year-old Raul Ibanez. Doubling a home run tonight. Swing and a miss. Richards has keyed all 4 men that he's faced. Two outs and bring up Morales. Round out the second. Single run scored. Second half coming up. What do you look for? Kind of teams do you think might be teams that will be making some moves as you look at the standings? Ground ball. And I should have never asked that with 2 outs. We'll come back to that. Nonetheless, it's a good night for the Mariners as the sun starts to set. 6-0 Mariners. The 6th inning here. Tomorrow's another Coors Light Silver Bullet Saturday. First 200 fans who enter the pen for early happy hour at the Rail Bar. You're going to receive a free Silver Bullet Saturday t-shirt that gets you extended happy hour pricing until first pitch. Plus, if you can catch especially marked Coors Light baseball during Mariners batting practice, you're going to win tickets to an upcoming game. So don't miss the next Coors Light Silver Bullet Saturday. That's coming up on August 10th against the Brewers. And also remember that is Ken Griffey Jr. Mariners Hall of Fame induction day. Joe Saunders a 6-0 lead. We just had that beautiful shot there. I want to thank Johnny Denise, who goes by at McLovin Denise, for sending a screenshot of that great sunset shot. Don't say that too fast. On Twitter. Mr. Pujols leads off. 0 for 2. Talking to Albert today, was remarking how the Pirates went in there and cleaned their clock, and he said there was a Pedro Alvarez first at bat in all 3 games, got first pitch fastballs middle in. He killed them for home runs. So I wish I could get that. I said, you're not going to get that. Come on, man. You're Albert Pujols, even if you are at 252.
Yeah.
First pitch fastballs right over the plate. Alvarez, he said Alvarez just wore them out.
I think.
Long run, Saunders.
I think the Mariners tried that last year when he was struggling. Remember the second week of May?
Yeah. The one
didn't work out too well.
The tracers he hit over the hit into the pen. And that was in the old with the old dimensions. Two to Albert. Struck him out. All done by Joe Saunders. Strikeout number 6 for him. Time for Ask the Booth. Rebecca in Grangeville, Oregon, checking in. Why is it called a bullpen? Well, there's not a confirmed absolute definition or reason, but there's some good baseball stories to it. Casey Stengel said it's because managers got tired of pitchers shooting the bull in the dugout, sent them out to the bullpen.
I like that one.
And then back at the turn of the century, 19th and 20th century, Bull Durham, the chewing tobacco was huge, plastered over just about any baseball yard you could find. And the relievers would warm up in a pen out that way, so they put that together. So
I like the first one better.
So do I. The second one's not bad, though.
No.
No, Kendrick fouls one off.
Well, before we finish that last half inning, you were asking me about teams making a move.
Yeah.
I was saying today that with the Angels, as hot as they've been, sometimes you wonder on a team like this, they obviously have a lot of talent in their lineup. We were talking about their overall numbers. If they can do something for their rotation, they might be in the market to do something like that because they've just played well lately. And maybe they feel that they still have a chance. Don't forget there are 2 wild cards out there this year. So that's going to entice some teams to try to stay in it a little bit longer if they can.
I'm curious to see what teams are going to be sellers. Trade deadline coming up at the end of the month.
I thought at the start of the year that when we finally worked our way to this point that there would be a lot of teams involved and players moving around. But for some reason I don't think that's going to happen. And I thought that because of the extra wild card. But I don't think that's necessarily going to happen.
3-2 to Kendrick with Hamilton on deck. Matt Garza could be a guy in the move with the Cubs. Cubs are 8 games under 500 starting today. 3-2 pitch. Just getting out of the way, Marvin Hudson. Twinkle toes Marvin Hudson. We saw Jim Joyce do that yesterday.
Yes, up the middle, base hit. That was back up the middle. Indy Chavez, I believe, hit a line drive back up the middle at Jim Joyce. He was able to get out of the way.
Just the second walk issued by Joe Saunders. Shutting out the Angels on 5 hits. He struck out 6, walked 2.
Nobody throwing out in the bullpen, and Joe right now at 97 pitches. His season high is 120. That was against Cleveland at Cleveland. That was a similar type situation where the bullpen had been spent, and Joe took one on the chin that day. Had to throw a few extra pitches and save the bullpen as much as he could. After that series with Boston, 4-game series that the Mariners had, the bullpen has had to throw a lot. Maybe Eric's trying to get him here through 6 innings.
Could use it. Hamilton pulls one foul. Got a correction. Rebecca was from Grangeville, Idaho. Over the White Bird Hill from the Salmon River. Ground ball to Miller. Flip the smoke to retire Hamilton for out number 2. Now the second is Kendrick. Mark Trumbo, the hitter, a double and a ground out, the shortstop against Joe Saunders. Strike 1.
First pitch strikes. 17 to the 29 batters he has faced.
Seager charges. Throws him out. That'll do it for the Angels. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. 6-0 is the Sun about to leave us. Good night so far for the Mariners. Mariners. And here's a reminder, get downtown from the airport for only $2.75 on Sound Transit's Link Light Rail. See how easy it is at soundtransit.org. Kyle Seager going to lead it off. His hitting streak extended to 12 games. Home run in the second inning, leading off. Seager smoking Zunino 5, 6, and 7 for the Mariners here in the 6th inning. Ibanez a first inning RBI double, second inning home run by Seager. 4th inning Ibanez a home run, RBI single by Zunino, and one by Ackley. Ground ball hit right to Howie Kendrick. 1 out. Time for a Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Mariners this season, man, oh man, 14 extra inning games, tied for the most in Major Leagues with the Reds and the Diamondbacks. 6-8 record, and club record for season, 21 extra inning games in 82. 2-2 at home in those extra inning games.
I'm going to bring up Justin Smoke. Justin 0 for 2 has a strikeout. The ball deep to right center field for now. It's caught right in front of the fence.
Ball 1. Good count for Big Smoke.
Justin's been swinging the bat well since coming back from the DL. 19 games in 324, 5 doubles, 4 home runs. Good count. Tried to do something with that fastball. Is well located though. 95 miles an hour right on the outside corner.
Broken bat right to Howie Kendrick, 2 out.
And that will bring up Mike Zunino. Mike with a base hit his last time up, drove in a run, eventually scored. That came in the 4th inning, so he's 1 for 2.
Scored on a wild pitch thrown by Jerome Williams. Strike 1 to Mike. For 2 night for Big Mike. Threw out Mike Trout earlier in the ball game. Trying to steal. That base hit for Mike in the 4th inning, his 4th hit in the homestand. Count here, swinging bat, 3-1. Down the line, fair ball for Mike Zunino. 2-hit night for Mike, and it gets by Hamilton. Reached down to get it. A double for Mike Zunino. Third double for Mike. 2 for 3 this evening.
The fact that he's aggressive on a fastball gets himself into a good count, 3-1. It's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball as it goes by Hamilton. Hamilton was trying to cut that off and home to a single. I think Zunino was going for second all the way. So
yep.
That should be a double.
It is. That's what they call it. Good for Mike. Ackley with a base hit and an RBI his last time up, 1 for 2.
Going to put him on and go after Brendan Ryan.
The Ackley boys out in right field. They have the whole section to themselves. They'll be thrilled tomorrow. I wonder if they'll be back. Dustin Ackley, no night.
Yeah.
MLB.com at bat. It's the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. It's available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At Bat's going to deliver Mariner baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and more. So text at bat to 31826 or go to Mariners.com for details.
Right now I have the Mariners 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
Strike 1 to Ryan. 0 for 2 tonight. Zunino aboard with a double. Ackley intentionally walked for the first time this season. He's at first. Center field for Trout. Makes the catch. That'll do it, no runs. 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. 6 in the books. Joe Saunders coming out and work on that shutout for the 7th. 6-0. We check out today's whiff, brought to you by Head & Shoulders with a hint of Old Spice. Joe Saunders a good night through 6. He struck out 6 to this point. And he's had really good command and has been able to fool the Angels on multiple occasions here this evening. That's a big strikeout right there in the 6th inning, getting Albert Pujols. That was strikeout number 6. He's got the bottom third of the order here in the 7th inning. Alberto Callaswell, Chris Iannetta, Callan Calgill.
I like the fact that Eric Wood sent him back out there. 101 pitches.
Here, here.
Seems to be in command of what's going on. Give the bullpen a little bit of a break.
Line drive, Seager's there, 1 out. Eric Woods was shaking his head, talking to the media today. He got all the hitting against Boston, and then the pitching goes south to the bullpen. What are you going to do?
Keep hitting was what the Mariners have done tonight. Joe Saunders helping them out, throwing a good ball game.
Saunders counting tonight. His last 20 innings, 21 hits, 2 runs, and 12 strikeouts. Texas beat Cincinnati, lead here.
There you go. 105 pitches, 65 strikes.
Breaking ball popped out. Short center field. Ackley comes in. Here's Tom Glasgow.
David, thanks from the Ford Sports Desk. Let's check in on another team from the AL West. The Texas Rangers on the road taking on the Detroit Tigers. Long night for Ron Washington's ball club. The first 6 Detroit batters reached base, including 2-run double by Johnny Peralta. Texas scores 5 in the first and go on to a 7-2 win. That was the Tigers scoring 5 in the first. They get the 7-2 victory as we send it back upstairs.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. 2 outs. And the hitter's Callan Calgill. Check out the standings. Oakland with a 1.5 lead on Texas. Angels, the Mariners, and then Houston.
Yeah, Oakland's tied the game up. Boston and Oakland 2-2.
The Detroit Ball Club can hit 7 runs on 11 hits.
Doug Fister with the win.
Yeah, good.
Enjoying some run support.
Go to 7-5. Miller surrounds it. Good, strong, accurate throw. Retires Calgill as Joe Saunders goes 1-2-3 on 8 pitches. Home 7th coming up. It's all Mariners 6-0. Here, Washington's lottery turned 28.6 million Washingtonians into winning heirs. They can do the same for you. Thanks to Washington's lottery, winning heirs are made daily. It's a winning shot right there. Looking out at Alki earlier today. Mariners, a lot of offense tonight. Home runs tonight by Seager. And, yep, Raul Ibanez. Zunino with an RBI. Ackley with an RBI. Zunino scored on a wild pitch. Been a good night for the Mariners. A run in the first, run in the second, and 4 in the fourth. And Joe Saunders pitching a shutout through 7.
Maybe done. Looks like Danny Farquhar is getting loose in the pen for the Mariners. Hit hard.
Sure was. Ibar was there to make the play.
Up on the top rail, I would say his night is done. He's done his job. There's Danny getting loose in the pen.
Good for Saunders. Remember, he went through that stretch. Seemed like he couldn't buy a win on the road. He's got a road win. Pitched really well here. Good to see that on the road now. It's 3-5. Things
starting to even out a little bit for him.
Amen.
Yeah.
Gets a win tonight. He'll be 5-3 here at home.
He's on a good run right now.
You got to like the fact went 7 today. At Cincy, he went 7, and he went 6 2/3 at Texas.
I almost said that he's on such a good run. He's probably dreading the All-Star break, but I don't think that's true.
Yeah, on one hand, yeah. But the overwhelming result would be, hey, I need the blow.
Yeah, I think so. Well, if he's out of the game, his little vacation has just started.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, that's good. That's good for him.
Michael Saunders, base hit to center. Hit one hard. Hit it hard, flying out the left with a strikeout. Three and 1. Garrett Richards on the relief of Jerome Williams, who started. Here's the man of the first 93 games for the Mariners, Raul Ibanez. Full count to Saunders. Two to Michael. Now Kendrick to his right, bobbles, hangs in, throws, and gets Saunders. Route number 2 here in the 7th inning. We've learned that girls just want to have fun, so the Mariners have added another EQC Girls Night Out for this season. Join us August 23rd. We're going to bring back a great deal to catch Mariners baseball with your girlfriends. For $25, you're going to get a select main level ticket, a t-shirt, and a drink. Or upgrade to the Terrace Club for $10 more. To take part in this great deal, log on to mariners.com/girls. Here's Ibanez. Double home run and a strikeout. Driven in 2 runs. 53 RBIs, now tied with Morales for the team lead. Pitch to Raul. Here's another one. High drive. Straight away center field. Gone. Raul Ibanez. Just el magnifico. Here at Safeco Field. Wow. 2-home-run night. Another RBI. Regains the RBI lead. And the Mariner lead is now 7-0. My goodness, he's got 24 home runs on July 12th.
I think he is making a real statement of why he is not on the All-Star team. 2-1. This is out into right center field. You look at our McDonald Supermo. Tremendous amount of leverage in that swing. Wow.
Morales goes deep. Trout backing up on the track, looking up, go on a home run by Kendrys Morales. What a show tonight by the Mariners. Morales surges back in front with the RBI lead. That's his 14th home run, 54th RBI, back to back.
He had a base hit on a first pitch after the home run that Ibanez hit his first time up. This time again, another first pitch after the home run by Ibanez. This is the dead center field.
Boy, this crowd is buzzing. 8-0 Mariners, and these 2 home runs coming with 2 outs.
You can see him load up and turn it loose.
Eight nothing Mariners. 0-1 to Seager. Seager started the home run train leading off the 2nd inning with his 15th. 6th time the Mariners have gone back-to-back home runs. Last time July 2nd at Texas, Ibanez and Morales did it. 0-2 to Seager. Mariners started today 3rd in the American League in home runs with 109. My goodness, that is 1-2. That's 4 home runs tonight.
Well, Toronto didn't hit one. They will be 2nd. Toronto came in today with 112. So if they didn't hit any home runs today, the Mariners will wake up tomorrow in 2nd in the home run lead.
Ibanez first home, but I'll give you some distance. I feel like a caddy here. Oh, you got a little bit.
860 feet.
Yeah, right.
Where's the home run for Raul?
0-2 here to Seager. Breaking ball hit foul. Let's see. Ibanez second home run was 421. The first went 428. That's 849 feet for Raul. Tell you what, Morales may become a pig farmer. After roasting that bad boy last night.
I don't know. He may be back out there again tomorrow. Kyle putting a pretty good fight, getting a steady diet of breaking balls from Richards after the home run up by Ibanez and Morales. He isn't too anxious to throw another fastball to the plate.
Four home run night. Two to Seager. Stuck him out. Highlights and then some. 2-out home runs by Ibanez and Morales. A 4-home run night for the Mariners tonight in Game 1 of this 3-game set against the Angels. Ibanez has taken a season total now to 24. And Morales, that home run for him, number 14, as they go battling back and forth for the RBI lead for the Mariner Ball Club. Ibanez, a double mixed in. Ian wants to know, what's the longest home run at Safeco Field? Well, here's the list. Mr. Bonds, boy, he's talking about going deep back in 06. 462. Raul Ibanez on the list. Carlos Peguero earlier this year. Tim Salmon, Carlos Delgado, and Edgar Martinez. And tonight, Raul Ibanez 438 feet on the first, 421 on the second. And Kendrys Morales, no slouch by any stretch. 4 home run night for the Mariners.
We're running out of things to say about Raul, aren't we?
Pretty much. Sit back and just enjoy it.
Oh, leaving spring training, he'll help the kids. Maybe get 150 at bats. Play a little DH from time to time.
It's July 12th. He's got 24 bombs. Man. How great is that? Danny Farquhar taking over. Joe Saunders. Fine night for him.
Yeah, we don't want to forget about that. Joe really pitched well in this one. And take a look at Danny Farquhar. 15 appearances on the year. 5.87 ERA for Danny.
Off of Seager's glove. Ibar can scoot. He's aboard.
Take a look at the line for Joe Saunders tonight. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits. He gave up just 5 hits. No runs, 2 couple of walks, 5 strikeouts, 109 pitches. 68 of those were strikes for Joe. Did a good job of working ahead counts early when he needed his changeup. It was there. Putting together a pretty good run. 20 innings pitched for him over his last 3 starts. Only 2 earned runs.
Base hit for Ibar. Brings up Mike Trout.
Trout so far 1 for 2. He walked, had a base hit in the 3rd, and then grounded out to 3rd in the 5th.
Mariners 8 runs on 10 hits. They've hit 4 home runs tonight. No run, 6 hits for the Angels. They're driving it a gap. Ibar can run it, so can Trout. Ibar is going to score. Trout going for 3 and no throw. RBI triple for Trout. RBI number 59 and his 7th triple.
Well, take a look at one of the fastest guys in the major leagues. He's a powerful runner, too. Just churning up ground as he rounds the bases. Easy triple for him.
Well, he's fun to watch. Ibar scored all the way from first base with ease. More pen action. That's Uravis Medina. So Trout with that 7th triple ties Jacoby Ellsbury for the lead in the American League. This guy's going to be around for a lot of years, both these guys. Mike Trout, Kyle Seager. There you go. Trout and Ellsbury tied with 7. Those Pujols 0 for 3.
Eight to 1 here in the 8th inning. Mariners play their infield back, just trying to get some outs.
One to Pujols. Breaking ball for a strike.
Just 2 home runs for Raul. He moves in a tie for 3rd in the American League in home runs.
great is that?
Yeah, behind Chris Davis and Cabrera, Miguel Cabrera. And there's Raul, Adam Dunn, and Encarnacion from the Blue Jays. Third in the American League in home runs right now.
That's wonderful. Pujols rips one through the hole. RBI single. Scoring is Trout. 8-2 ball game. RBI for Pujols is 57th.
Three straight hits. Medina's getting loose in the pen now.
Fouled off by Howie Kendrick. It's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Lucas Litke up with him. There's Lucas, the left-hander.
Saunders takes a look. It's out of play. 1-2. Getting the chase. This pitch by Danny Farquhar gets first out. Bring up Josh Hamilton.
Hey, look at Howie Kendrick chasing this breaking ball in the dirt, and it looks like we're going to get a pitching change after that strikeout. Eric Wedge heading out to the mound.
So Farquhar's last effort tonight, striking out Howie Kendrick, who's celebrating his 30th birthday. One out here in the 8th, 2 runs in, a man on. Farquhar out, and here comes Lucas Litke. Seattle Mariners baseball and Root Sports being brought to you by BNSF Railway, the engine that connects us. By Auburn Volkswagen, Das Auto, and by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Look forward to tomorrow night's sunset. It was a beauty tonight going behind the Olympics. It loved that Go Cam. Time-lapse photography. Lucas Litke He's on to face left-handed hitting power hitter Josh Hamilton, who's 0 for 3. Ground out, strikeout, and a ground out. 2 runs in. Albert Pujols at first.
For Lucas, 13 appearances on the year. Only 13 in the 3rd innings pitched for him. 11 strikeouts, 4 walks.
Slicing drive, left center field. Raul coming on, can't get it. Backed up by Ackley. Pujols to 3rd. Throw not in time. 2-base hit for Josh Hamilton, his 18th.
I think the big swing of Josh fooled everybody on this one. He hit it off the end of the bat, but it was a big swing, and Raul trying to cover a lot of ground getting over into left center field. Wasn't able to glove it, and that will bring Eric Wedge out of the dugout again.
It's some trying times for the bullpen of late, that's for sure. Mark Trumbo, right-hand power hitter coming up. A power pitcher, right-hander, Uravis Medina coming on. Home run night for the Mariners. 2 by Ibanez, 1 by Seager, 1 by Morales, and Joe Saunders. 7 strong shutout innings. Right now the Mariners going to Uravis Medina, 3rd pitcher this inning here in the 8th.
32 appearances for Medina. He has pitched well here in the first half for the Mariners. A 2.56 ERA. 33 strikeouts in the 31 2/3 innings that he has pitched. Opponent's average is .203 against Medina. Good fastball. He'll be 95 miles an hour with a hard slider.
Albert Pujols at 3rd. Josh Hamilton at 2nd. Rough inning for the bullpen here in the 8th. Danny Farquhar gave up 3 straight hits. A couple of runs. Did get a strikeout. There's Medina. He's ahead 0-2.
Lucas Luetge came on and just threw 2 pitches. Little flare off the end of the bat by Hamilton. That was it for him.
Lucas had a tough night Wednesday. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs. 0-2 to Trumbo. Ooh, man, it came up and hit him in the helmet. Sure don't. Can't remember last time I've ever seen that. Ooh. 2. Well, that was the essence of an emergency hack, right?
He threw the fastball by him. The pitch before that was a slider. Take a look at this swing. He is beat on that pitch. Barely gets a piece of it. It looked like he almost hit it out of Zunino's glove.
Felix Hernandez goes against these Angels tomorrow. 7-12 career record against the Angels. Bouncing ball out of Ryan, gobbled him up. Throws out Trumbo. Second out, scoring on a play. Pujols down to third. Hamilton. RBI for Trumbo is 56th. On RBI, that's the second out. No surprise in it. Mariner Trends on Twitter. 2 home run guys, 2 of the 3 home run guys. Ibanez has banged out 2, Morales 1, and Seager 1. Two outs in the man at third. And this one popped out. Playable. Coming on is Ackley. Taking charge. And then he'll do it. Angels strike for 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors and leave a man. Bottom of the 8th coming up. 8-3 Mariners. You played a central role in one of the longest home runs hit in this building. Tell us about it.
Well, it was back in 2001, and I was invited to be a BP pitcher, a batting practice pitcher, for the home run derby, and it was Jason Giambi in his first round set a record. I think that lasted for about 6 or 7 years. He hit 14 in that first round in that upper deck up there. Balls, we saw a big home run tonight by Raul Ibanez in the Hit It Here Cafe. Well, these balls were going up, right up into that third deck there. I'd never seen anything quite like it.
And you were the one serving them up, Val?
I was, blowing. You know, after he hit a couple, I watched the first 2. And then the crowd was, I mean, it was packed here, standing room only. And all of a sudden, I started to get nervous. I'm thinking, I got to start throwing strikes, even though I was. And I realized that I needed to just focus on the catcher. So I throw a pitch, he'd hit a home run, and I would just put my head straight down, not pay attention, and just keep my eyes on Jason, waiting for him to be ready for that next swing. But I tell you what, the pressure starts to build up on the BP pitcher, probably more so than it did on the guys that were hitting.
I can tell you something, Val. The pressure was up on me because I was actually sitting up there with my son, and all I was doing was protecting him from those bullets you were giving up and all those home runs.
It was a fun day, though. It made me feel like about 12 years old again, going back to the Little League days.
Nothing wrong with that. Michael Roth. Here's a blooper off the bat. That's a wonderful catch by Colin Cowgill. 1 out. And Val, also, Cal Ripken, final All-Star game. You got a connection to that as well.
Well, you know, it was interesting. MLB asked me to run the bullpen for the National League. So I brought a young kid that I was coaching at the time named Brody O'Connor, and Brody came out and did all the catching. You know, I was older and I was smart enough to bring somebody else to catch. So I was just watching the game from out there, and all of a sudden Cal gets up, hits the first pitch off of Chan Ho Park, and it goes, John Burkett was warming up at the time, and it went directly to Berkey as he was warming up, and him and I were teammates with Texas. Just that it was right there, and Berkey caught it very nonchalantly. I put my glove up, and he flipped it to me.
Nice.
And I'm going, oh, wow. And I slipped that thing in my back pocket. And the first thing I thought of, you know what, it's going to be an honor to be able to hand this to Cal after the game.
Yeah.
So the game ends. Me and Brody kind of clean up the bullpen, and we're walking in, and everyone's already inside. But nobody, the fans never left that day. They just stayed here because it was such an incredible moment at Safeco Field. And just as I was getting to the dugout, Cal was coming out because he had just been named the MVP. And I looked at him, and I grabbed the ball out of my back pocket, and I showed it to him. And he said, "Is that the ball?" I said, "Yeah." And I flipped it to him, and he's like, "Man, thank you so much." So if you ever look at a picture with Cal.
There's Zunino. How about Mike Zunino? 3 straight hits.
You got to love those young Italian catchers. But if you ever see a picture of Cal Ripken Jr. holding up that MVP trophy, you'll see the baseball in his right hand.
Sweet.
That I just handed it to him. But I kind of felt like, what's that one kid's book? Where's Elmo? Or
yeah.
Waldo. Where's Waldo? You know, being on the field for the home run derby, and then being out in that bullpen to watch, you know, what was history, was the oldest guy to ever hit a home run in All-Star game history.
Cal Ripken Jr.'s last All-Star game. Tony Gwynn's last All-Star game.
What a great couple of days for Val.
Man.
Right in the middle of all of it.
Seattle. You know, yeah. Seattle put on some kind of show those 3 days here.
Now the weather was perfect. Yes, it was.
Fun to be a part of it.
That's awesome, Val.
Good stuff, Val, and we'll see you and Brad on the post-game show when this baby's done.
You got it. My pleasure, sir. My pleasure.
Good to see Mike Zunino check in with 3 hits today.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Looked good, too.
Well, he's been aggressive on the fastball.
Michael Roth, the new pitcher for the Angels.
Appearances on the year for Michael Roth. Struggled, 8.47 ERA for him. 17 strikeouts in the 17 innings. That's a good number for him, but opponent's average 3.29.
Brendan Ryan on deck. Three and 2 to Ackley. Gives this a pretty good ride. Trout towards left center field, just short of the track. Two outs, man at first. This Sunday, the Mariners and Boeing, they give a tip of the cap to our youngest fans for Salute the Kids Day here at Safeco Field. Not only will all kids 14 and under take home a Michael Morse t-shirt, but they'll be invited down on field for the post game for the first run around the bases of the summer. For tickets, family fun here at the ballpark, Safeco Field, part of Boeing Salute the Kids Day, live on Mariners.com. Ryan 0 for 3. Calgill barely had to move. That'll do it. 8 complete. Mariners lead at 8-3. 3 outs from victory here at Safeco Field.
Fourth, it's your chance to be a part of the show. Capture a photo on Twitter and tag us at RootSports_NW or Facebook at Facebook.com/RootSportsNW, showing you and all your junior swag. Then tune in on Sunday, August 4th at 2 o'clock and see if you made the cut. So if you got that, get it to us. Let's send it back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Dab, thank you very much. J.B. Shuck pinch hitting for Chris Iannetta here in the ninth. Hank Conger's on deck. He'll be pinch hitting for Colin Cowgill. A good night for the Mariners. Well, Ibanez, his third multi-home run game this season. His 19th career multi-home run games. All of them have been 2 home run games. Bouncing ball down to Smoke. Feeds to Medina. 1 out.
Good job by Medina to get off the mound. Shuck can really run. Medina hesitated at all. I'm not sure he would have beat him. He gets him by about a half a step. Good play. And as Dave mentioned, Hank Conger going to hit .259 on the season with 6 home runs.
Popped up back this way. Good hero list tonight for the Mariners. Brendan Ryan doing a good job defensively. Brad Miller. Ackley tonight with an RBI. Zunino had 3 hits tonight. All Ibanez 2 home runs. 3 runs knocked in. Morales, the DH. Did a great job. Mike Zunino, his first 3-hit ball game up here in the big leagues.
Also was able to throw out Mike Trout trying to steal second. Kendrys Morales with a home run. A couple of hits for him in this one.
Trout thrown out for just the 4th time this season. Kendrys Morales, that home run is 14th since last year's All-Star break. He's hit 28 home runs, 37 doubles, 94 runs. That is a foul ball in his last 152 games. 7 scoreless innings for Joe Saunders. Takes his ERA from 4.51 down to 4.24. And over his last 3 starts, 2 earned runs at 20.2 innings, 0.87 ERA. Jeff Evans coming up with those factoids. Assistant Director of Baseball Info for the Mariners. 2-2 to Hank Conger. Full count. Zunino with the tag. Conger's gone, 2 outs.
That's another good fastball, 95 miles an hour. Able to throw it right by Hank Conger.
$21,372. Good time had by all here tonight at Safeco Field. Eric Aybar, 2 outs, nobody on. To Aybar. Comebacker. This will do it right here. Medina throws, and that's your ball game. Mariners win 8-3. You gotta love it. Joe Saunders, 7 shutout innings, picks up the victory to go 8-8 on the season. Raul Ibanez, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, home runs by Seager and Morales. Good stuff all around.
Well, it really was. It was a complete ball game by this club. We mentioned all the offensive numbers. There you go, 8 runs. How about the Mariners scoring 38 runs in the last 5 games? That is a lot of offense. And Joe Saunders, you mentioned, on a good run, but some good defensive plays. Couple by Ackley. Infield was solid tonight. Mike Zunino behind the plate. Just an all-around good game for the guys.
Really enjoyed it.